Hey y'all, Tegan here from Inspire Me 360. Just wanted to share a little bit of daily inspiration with you guys. Just wanted to talk a little bit today about environment, and your surroundings. So essentially, we're all spawned into the area that we are in, whether we're here still now or decide to move somewhere else later. But say you were born, here in Canada or whatever, that is your, spawn point. And just kind of discussing that might not actually be the place you were meant to be. Different energies and stuff like that. So I was just having a conversation with a friend earlier, and one of her friends shot her other friend. A couple weeks before that, conversation of, getting sex trafficked and different stuff like that. And just kind of sitting here and thinking to myself, why are we even having these conversations, or why are we living in a place where we have to have these conversations? And made me really realize, I know my grandma and grandparents said, you can't just move to a different place and expect things to change, but it really is environment, and comes down to the environment of, we can adapt, but we cannot change the environment. So me trying to adapt to an environment where I walk outside and there's people getting, killed, people backstabbing each other, family throwing family out on the streets, all this different stuff. It's like, this is not the environment I think I was intended to be around, or this isn't the environment I think that is right for anybody. It's crazy. It takes a lot too, when I was traveling and stuff like that, you realize that there's no homelessness and stuff like that, because the families do take care of each other and they take care of their people. So you never have situations of people in crime and a lot of that different stuff, drugs, this and that, because people are taken care of from the start, so they don't end up getting into those different things. So it just really goes to show we are a product of our environment, no matter where we are in the world, and we get to choose where we would like to be. And to be honest, after figuring it out, it's definitely there's some people and stuff, and I don't take this place for granted. I love it, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like we should be having these conversations about people killing each other or all these different things, because that is what we're surrounded around. This is our environment. I wasn't having these conversations when I was traveling, there's a lot less crime and stuff like that. And of course, every place is going to have its crime. I'm not saying, places on the other side of the world are any better than here, or vice versa, but there just seems to be a lot of that here. And then, we were also having the conversation in terms of environment, of people. All right, so yes, when you're in a third world or a first world, so we were talking about, go to a third world and you might get your motivation back. You can see how people are really living, right? So I explained that doesn't really make sense, because when I did go to those third world countries and I saw people with nothing and they're absolutely happy, they never had anything that we have in, Canada or whatever, in this first world where we're surrounded by all this stuff. So I kind of explained it as we've been put into these situations surrounded by materialistic stuff, that we have to live up to a certain degree, a certain standpoint, this and that. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's all based on environment. If we're surrounded by you're based on what you drive, you're based on how you look, and you're based on how you dress, your clothes, and how much money you have, then of course we're going to act like that. We are a product of our environment. We are going to act the way that our environment is around us. And it's the same thing I said, adapting to our environment. Our first world is based on how you look, how much money you have, what you drive. So of course I'm going to adapt around that. But then, like I said, when I was traveling and I went to these third world countries or whatever, I didn't need anything because I was adapting to that environment. So at the end of the day, it's adaptation, it's environment. And if any of you are feeling low and stuff like that, that's okay, man. You don't have to, it's okay to have materialistic things, or be rich or poor or whatever, and still have feelings. You don't have to go to a third world country to make yourself feel better about yourself. I don't think that's the way. I think it's just environment. And like I said, the whole conversation was literally about adaptation and environment, and just kind of going back to, I don't know if this might be the greatest place for people to really open up and connect and to that spiritual sense of things, because there's just so much third world dimensional shit of people just, you know, killing each other and all that shit. It's like, it's just not worth it. So that's my daily inspiration for the day. I hope this leaves everybody thinking a little bit about the current place that they live. And, you know, obviously we can, as individuals, try and make as much as a change we can, but we can't change the environment. Just understand that we can only change ourselves, but we can also put ourselves in different environments that we think are more beneficial in terms of everything, you know, with our neighbors and stuff like that, family. But yeah, I hope this was good. Thank you so much. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and we look forward, you know, to having some more discussions soon. So, thank you.